All right, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. Got a little bit of a different scenario here. You can see I'm in the truck, and the reason is I got my notes right here. Got my little cheat notes. Is I was driving through this little small town in South Georgia, and I saw an Aston Martin DBX, and I thought that is pretty rare for this area. And then literally 2 days ago, I'm driving into that town and I saw a Cullinan, and I thought, well, that's pretty rare. But then I did some research on this truck, and for those of you who don't know, it's a 1794 limited edition. It's number 623 of 1500. They made 4 colors: the sapphire black, the white, the blue, which they call blueprint, and the mesquite, which they call brown. And the white is the wind chills pearl, so it's the metallic pearl. So mathematically they made 375 of each color. So I have a black one. There's 375 in the country, and there are no more available. There's 2, as I know it, on the used market on Auto Tempest. So I searched nationwide for it. There was 2 for sale. I don't know if they're still for sale, but as of 3-4 days ago, they were still there. And then I thought to myself, well, this is a really rare truck. The beauty of this truck, it doesn't really look, there's not a lot of differences. You can go to the video below and see what I'm talking about, but there's not a lot of subtle changes on the outside, just a couple things. But then I thought, okay, so what's rare than this? Obviously I had the TRX, I loved it. Had the Raptors, I love those too. And so I was curious as to what is going on. So I did some research and I looked around and I thought, okay, what is rarer than this? Well, as far as the truck world goes, there really isn't anything that's necessarily rarer than this truck in the full-size truck market right now. So I did some looking around, got some stats. The Ram TRX, they make about 4,000 a year, and as of right now, there is 865 2024 Ram TRXs for sale in the US right now, according to the Ram Truck website, and there's only one all black one, and that's in California at the dealer in Van Nuys. They're going to make about 3,000 Raptor Rs every year until its end date. As of a week ago, there was 101 Raptor Rs for sale on the eastern seaboard. There may be more. I didn't look out west, but I would imagine out west there's a lot more Raptor Rs out that way. So speaking of the Aston, which I brought up, there's 6,000 of those made a year. The Lamborghini Urus, there's about 6,000 of those. The Ferrari Purosangue is about 1,300 of those for 2023 and 1,489 for 2024. About that, there could be some more. So then I thought, okay, so what's rarer than that? The Ram RHO, which is the TRX somewhat replacement, probably not really a replacement, but the body looks the same. There's 5,000 of those available. I'm pretty sure that you could go to the dealer that has one and really finagle a really good price, because all the Rams are 10 grand off right now basically, and that's kind of no different except suspension and body wise than, let's say, a Tungsten or a Limited or something like that, and those are all 10 grand off. So I don't see why you couldn't get an RHO for 10 grand off, which would actually make it pretty competitive. Speaking of competitive, like a TRD Pro Tacoma is 10 grand higher than a Ranger Raptor, which to me seems pretty crazy, because you can get a Ranger Raptor for like mid-50s and spend $1,000 and have a tune on it and have more power and have more torque than that TRD Pro, which the TRD Pro is great. The seats are awesome. I've been in them, but money, the money is money, right? I mean, it is what it is. So anyway, so then I thought, okay, well, let's take a look at some SUVs. They make 8,000 Ineos Grenadiers every year. They make about 66,000 Range Rovers every year, 13,000 Jaguars SUVs, but they don't make any Jaguar SUVs anymore because Jaguar doesn't make any cars anymore for right now. Then I thought, okay, let's go into the Super Stratosphere Rare. 40 Paganis, 35 Koenigseggs. And there, like I said, there's 865 TRXs available right now, 2024s. That's my notes. And so now let's talk about my thoughts regarding this vehicle. Got 30,000 miles on it. Should I trade it and get another TRX? I mean, I'm getting 16 miles to the gallon. I do have the bigger tires on it. I could take those off and get back to my 18, 19, but it doesn't look as good. And honestly, these bigger tires actually handle the bumps really well. And honestly, it just looks good, right? We're in South Georgia. It's all about how your truck looks and if it's lifted and all that kind of fun stuff. But do I trade this, get a used TRX? It's pretty much a wash money-wise. And then do I go down that road and then have a TRX? I'm going to get less fuel economy, but it's going to sound better. It's going to be more fun to drive. And my biggest thing too is, as great as all the off-road stuff in this truck is, and it is incredible, it's not full-time four-wheel drive. So I know the transfer case is probably a lot stronger, a lot beefier than the Rams, but when you're pumping 702 horsepower through a driveline, it's got to be pretty beefy to take all that in. So that being said, I'm debating on whether to trade this in for get another TRX, bring that back to the channel and that back to the house, and also kind of thinking about the Raptor, but again, it's not all-wheel drive full-time, so that's the other drawback, but it is a great vehicle. So with that being said, there is something else on the horizon, and I'll tease you a little bit about it. Ed Bolian did a great story and a great Instagram post on that, and there might be a trip to New Orleans here pretty soon, within the next week or so, maybe 2 weeks, and then there will be something from Germany coming to the channel for my daughter. So anyway, long story short, debating on whether to trade this. The issue is it's super limited, it's super rare. The interior is absolutely incredible. There's nothing like it. I was at a gas station the other day and this lady said, "What color interior is that?" And I said, "Well, it's rustic cognac brown or whatever." I'm not sure exactly the color. They call it cedar, but it's not really like a cedar looking color. She was blown away. She said, "I've never seen an interior like that." And I said, "You probably won't, because there's not that many out there." But anyway, just going back and forth in my head. You can put the comments down below if you think that going back from this back to a TRX is going to be a better deal. I toyed around with the Rivian idea, but the Rivian, as great as it was, does not have that kind of back seat, and I do need that back seat. It's pretty cramped in the Rivian if you're trying to put two full-size adults back there and have room up here for you to sit. So anyway, that's my video on this. I wish that it was a little bit easier for me to make this decision, but it's a pretty hard decision to try to sort out and figure out. But I did have a lot of fun with that TRX, and I'm not really, if you're talking about trucks, fuel economy is not an issue. It shouldn't be a thing that's even brought up when you're talking about having a full-size truck. So with that being said, you know, if I'm getting 12 to, I mean, I got 14 miles to the gallon in the TRX and I'm getting 16 here, that's really not that much of a difference when you consider how much more power that TRX has. Toyota, but again, the Toyota does have a lot of great attributes to it, and so we'll see. But thanks again for watching. Thanks again for joining the channel. Also, hopefully the video quality and the audio quality is going to be really good on this. I'm doing it with a new camera, so we will see how that goes. I'm not using my phone anymore unless this goes horribly wrong and I have to use my phone. So once again, thanks so much. Like, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and comment down below what you think I should do. Should I get rid of this? Is anybody out there interested in picking this up off of me? Again, I've got all the stuff, PPF'd, ceramic coated, all that fun stuff. Brand new tires, just had it serviced. Getting the foam kit for the door because there's some buzzing going on here after I got this door panel replaced, and the center console lid is going to get replaced because it makes a little bit of a squeaking sound when I put my arm on it, and that is how they're going to fix that. So again, like, subscribe, share this video, and once again, thanks a lot.